Getting the scenery right. You know what it is, Hip Hop Mike, doing these interviews from home right now. I got these Zoom things popping, and you already know I love working from home because I get to stay cozy. And I guess the guy who's keeping things cozy today with this awesome hoodie is my man Jack, all the way from the West Coast. What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Chilling, man. Thank you so much for sending me over this awesome piece. It's my favorite, like literally my favorite hoodie right now. No shade to any of the other companies that show me love, but like you see the detail in this, like it's got the strings, it's got the stitch, it's got everything. I want to give people some background though. I was like, you know what, why not bring you up and kind of tell people about yourself? So
Yeah, definitely.
what's your deal, Jack?
So I'm born and raised in San Francisco. Currently living in Tucson because I go to the school, University of Arizona here. Finishing up this month though, so I'm going back home. Trying to move to LA, maybe New York later on, but LA is the first goal. Yeah, I'm in the middle of something.
Where are you staying at in Arizona? Is that a dorm by chance or?
No, it's like an apartment building right next to this campus though.
Okay. And do you share with you have like roommates and stuff?
I have four, so I'm one of four, and then I've been living with the two of the three for the past 2 years, and then we all three of us were in the same fraternity, but we got kicked off our freshman year. So
Oh
no.
yeah. Why'd y'all get kicked off?
I wasn't in the situation, but it was like a hazing incident for sure.
Oh, people was getting hazed and they was like, you know what, everybody's out.
Yep.
So the clothing line, how do your roommates feel about you operating a full business inside the apartment? I mean, I see you got the sewing machine back there, like all the plans on the wall.
Yeah. Definitely used to do it in the living room, which wasn't that chill. It was too loud. I have everything in my room now, so it contains the noise. And then other than that, they get free stuff out of it, so it's good for them.
Oh, okay. They're late. And I mean, for people that aren't familiar, I'm going to just bring one of the things up here because Jack just taught me how to share my screen. So they get free stuff, I guess that's like this, that's not necessarily cheap. I feel like you have some pretty expensive stuff.
Yeah, I think that ran for like $70. I try and up the price like $5 every drop.
Okay. This one is still available in some sizes, but I know a lot of the popular sizes sell out really quick. Another piece, I guess, that we got over here. Let's see. I'm learning the screen share today. We got the sweats, which are fire.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna save the other sweatshirt that I picked out for last. But where did you start making clothes? Did this happen in college, or was this something you were doing at home and then brought out to school with you?
Yeah, so me and my roommate got a sewing machine one day, and then it all started when I went out one night, and then I came home after a couple of drinks, and I cut off the shoes in my shoes, like off the backs,
Wait,
because
you
I want
cut
to
off
put
the what?
Let me see if I can find them. I'll find
See, this man goes crazy with the creativity. Like, I don't know if you noticed when he stood up, his has a zipper. See, mine doesn't have the zipper on the side, but he has a zipper on his. He's just going crazy. So you cut off the back of your shoes?
Yeah, I found the pair. I literally just cut the shoes.
Wow.
And then I found some Velcro at CVS.
Okay. And that was the first piece ever.
Yeah.
You've come a long way.
Yeah, definitely. And then the next thing I did after that was zippers on the back of them, and then I got into clothes.
Okay. Do you prefer like the clothes? Do you like designing sneakers? Because I know there's a lot of elements that go into the sneakers as far as like machinery that you need.
Yeah, so I like doing both a lot, and luckily like this month I got this machine back here.
Okay. That looks like a serious business, like no joke machine.
So that thing lets me get into the shoe, whereas like my traditional sewing machine can't really fit a shoe onto it. So when I was doing those Converse, I was like jamming them in there, which wasn't it wasn't like working that well. So I had to stop that for a while.
All right. Did you always think fashion was gonna be it? Like, I mean, or did you figure that out? You go to school, you're like in mathematics and accounting and all, and then they're like, you know what, I fucking like clothes. Fuck all this school.
Yeah, I always wanted to start like a business, that's for sure. I went in as an engineer for doing mining.
Okay.
I'm from San Francisco, so we have like a traffic issue, and Elon Musk was talking about tunneling underground. So I thought that was gonna be something cool to get into. So I went into mining. Didn't really like that. Like I was actually gonna end up having to be in the middle of nowhere, like mining. So I switched to computer science to bring me back to California.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
picked that just because like it gives you the tools to know how to build a website for your business and stuff like that. But
No, that's
otherwise, I would
right.
have gone from school.
Because you're connecting with hella people at school too, I'm sure, that are supporting the brand and like telling other people about it.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's great.
I don't know how I even came across it. I definitely on the gram somehow. I don't know if it was on the popular page or somebody was wearing it, but I just thought it was so dope. And like when you went to get the kicks, I was telling them it's awesome because every piece is kind of different. Like I know that hoodie you have the zippers on the side. Like
Uh-huh.
there's a variety to the stuff you create. Is there any sort of like theme with it, or is it all kind of just like whatever you're feeling and you just go to crazy on the sewing machine?
So like that whiteboard back there is kind of filled with like, oh, if I get like an idea, I'll write it down and then I'll probably make it and then add to it. But it'll start off with like one idea like that, and then I'll put something on it, which is never really enough, and then I'll keep adding based on that, and that's how like a piece gets finished once I see it's kind of over.
Okay.
And stuff like your hoodie right there, that's like a pre-made design. Like I followed like a template for that. You could have asked for like different color ribs or whatever, but then those are kind of different because I draw each rib cage each time, so
Wow.
they're never going to be the same for that. I,
And
I try and keep them all a little bit different. That's just kind of the theme.
it's not like loosely stitched on. There's a lot of layers and a lot of different like stitching patterns in here. I notice it's not just like some simple like it really wraps around.
Because
Um,
that fabric is pretty that can come undone, so really stitched it on there.
well, nah, it's fire, man. How many given pieces will you make? Like, so with this hoodie, is this a one of one? Is it like a one of one as far as the size goes? Like, how many different variations of this have you made?
For that specific blank, that's a 101. But that design, I think I made 3 hoodies and probably 10 crew necks.
Okay, so every piece is essentially a one of one, but then there's times that you'll take that design and then reapply it with like different
Right.
colors,
Someone
different.
got red ribs and a black heart. I
Okay.
did it on white crew necks as well.
What's the ultimate goal with like the line? Is it to make it something that's mainstream? Is it to keep it kind of niche?
Definitely kind of like a secret, but I also want to get my clothes on everyone in the world. So I don't know how long I can try and keep it a secret.
Well, maybe you do like, I mean, what I don't even want to mention other brands, but there's certain brands that I know that they'll drop certain pieces that are like iconic and kind of one of ones, and then they have like their general run, kind of like how Nike does with like Air Forces, and then like the different variations of like collabs. Um,
Right. Yeah, no, that's something I'm definitely interested in.
would you ever be interested in collabing with another company? Has there ever been like a brand in mind that you're like, I would love to like partner up and do a piece with them?
I don't have one in mind. Like some of my favorite designers would be like Amiri and like Virgil, but other than that, I think like the Nike collabs are always sick. Converse collabs are awesome. Like, anything though, I'm down for anything.
Yeah, Nike gets it right most of the time. Sometimes they're not.
Yeah, no, I feel that. And I'm not even that in tune with like the fashion world. I kind of keep in my own like little world. So uh,
Okay,
I'm just basing it off like the Off-White collab and like stuff like that.
gotcha. Which the Off-White collab's definitely serious. So, I mean, moving forward, you're in college. How old are you, by the way? You're young, right? You're like super young.
I'm 21.
Okay, yeah. So you're just getting started. So your plan now is to go back to California, get into this computer situation, unless for some reason the fashion takes off, which it seems like it's pretty much doing.
Yeah, I'm looking for jobs right now in computer science, but I'm gonna move to LA with my roommate who makes music. You talked to him before, Billy.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go down there looking for jobs too in computer science, but I'm gonna be doing fashion as like my hobby or my after hours, and then turn that into my full-time job when I can.
Awesome.
If not right away, that's the plan. I'm going full steam ahead.
Tell me about this one right here. I don't know if people can
So
see it.
that was like the second design of the crew necks for the ribcage ones.
Okay.
And I was at Joanne Fabric, saw some paisley print, thought it would be cool because you can just draw on anything and cut it out. So I bought that and then can't really do red on red, so I did the black heart.
Hmm. How did you cut this? You do like a razor blade, or because it's really perfect every time?
I just draw it on with a pencil, and then I cut it out with scissors.
Oh,
Any
okay, it's
pencil
simple.
and scissors.
All right. I mean, believe me, I know it's like more rocket science than people would assume, though, because it looks like you just cut it out with scissors and that's it. It's like people look at this, I feel like clothes, and they're like, I could do that. But then when it comes down to it, the
Something
deep,
I thought was crazy when I started doing clothes is that a lot of people think that I even thought myself that a t-shirt kind of just gets brought out of a machine, like you put in a design in and it just gets spit out. There's not one shirt in the world that wasn't touched by like a human hand or like sewn. Like every stitch is sewn by a human.
that's
So
wild. So no matter what, there's always going to be every piece
I
of.
was like, I used to have like handmade in my like handmade clothes in my bio, and I realized like every piece in the world's handmade. So I'm like, took that out.
All right. Nah, these are far from white t-shirts, though, for sure. No doubt, man. Well, where can people keep up with you at? And how can they get the clothes? Because I know a lot of times it's like you drop them and then right away they're sold out. Do you do
Yeah,
customs? And if so, how can they reach out to you?
I mostly run it off Instagram. So Pythia Clothing is the Instagram, and then I'm pretty active on there, posting about when a drop's coming. I normally give it like a week notice, and then it's normally on a Sunday, so people aren't really working later on in the day. I need to figure out time zones though. I realize like I've been dropping at like 1 a.m. In England, so it's not good.
It's all right. You'll get there, man. You're still young. 21. By the time you're 24, you know every time zone inside out. You have it all written out on like multiple whiteboards.
There we go.
Crazy. Well, make sure y'all keep up with them. Pythia Clothing, Pythia. You can see it here. Take a screenshot and just put like a little @ and clothing the end of that, and y'all can follow him. Y'all, I appreciate your time, bro. This was literally like I hit this guy Jack up maybe like 10 minutes ago and was like, hey, would you want to jump on Zoom for a little bit? And he's like, yeah, fuck it. I'll see you in 5.
No, thank you, Mike.
Much love,
All
man. Best of luck at school, and we'll talk soon. Pythia Clothing, ladies and gentlemen.